Welcome to Crown Gist. If you want the real, raw and unfiltered truth, you are in the right place. To all my new people, I beg, don't just watch and pass. Hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications because here we don't play with the updates. Let me tell you something. Crown Gist is not like those other bloggers. We don't do and we don't do We don't stammer when the gist is hot. We give it to you straight, direct and rugged. If you want a blogger that talks with confidence and gives you the tea exactly as it's dropping, you need to follow us ASAP. No time for long grammar. We are here for the main dish. The Gaisino's palace is boiling. While the great lion and his jewel were hiding in a private resort to enjoy Christmas love, the council of elders were planning a heavy ambush. They have officially summoned the jewel to face the music. They are accusing her of using lost charms to lure the king into breaking sacred taboos and disrespecting the forest rituals. The tension is high. Is this a plot to finally kick her out of the palace for good? Omo, make una gather round because the matter where I carry come today. If you drink water, it go choke you. We all know that the relationship between the great lion and his jewel, Queen Naomi, has been like a roller coaster. 1 minute they are fine, the next minute the wind of the palace is blowing them left and right. But this latest development, this one past violence, it is a spiritual and traditional war. Everything started during this last Christmas. You know how everybody goes to their hometown to celebrate? Well, the great lion and the jewel had a different plan. They wanted to escape the prying eyes of the royal guards, the noisy relatives, and the heavy burden of the crown. Reports say they left the royal mansion completely. They left Prince Steve with the nannies, a move that already started raising eyebrows, and headed straight to the king's private resort. This resort is not just any hotel. It is a luxury fortress where the king goes when he wants to disappear. They were in a high-end suite, catching vibes, laughing, and enjoying the Christmas Eve breeze. For a moment, the jewel felt like a normal woman again, not a queen under a microscope. But while she was laughing and eating choice grapes with the great lion, a secret court was sitting in the dark corners of the kingdom. The traditionalists, the people we call the keepers of the path, were not happy. They were monitoring every movement of the king through their own spiritual GPS. The suspense started building when word leaked that the elders had seen evidence of the jewel and the king in public in Lagos. Now you might ask, what is the big deal? Is she not her wife? But for these people, it is a spiritual disaster. They are claiming that the forest rituals, the heavy, deep spiritual cleansing that must be done, have not been completed. According to the laws of their ancestors, until those rituals are finished, the jewel is not supposed to be seen side by side with the king in any public gathering. It is considered a taboo that can bring bad luck to the entire land. The elders are now accusing the jewel of being deliberately stubborn. They are saying she is well aware of the culture, she knows the rules, but she is using her beauty and influence to lure the great lion into making mistakes. They are calling it a calculated disrespect. One of the elders reportedly whispered that the jewel is trying to modernize a throne that is thousands of years old, and they are not going to let that happen. The emotion in the palace is thick like overnight agidi. The jewel has been trying her best to stay low-key. We all saw how she went quiet after that incident in Ibadan. She doesn't go to parties, she doesn't do Silly Queen on Instagram anymore. She even refused to celebrate her son's birthday in a big way because she said she was mourning with those who are crying. But despite all her sacrifices, these elders are still coming for her head. They are saying she is a silent movement is even more dangerous because she is moving the king in private away from their control. The climax of chapter 1 is this. A formal summon has been issued. They have called the jewel to come and stand before the council. They want her to explain why she thinks she is bigger than the tradition. They want to know why she is luring Likin to Lagos and resort when he should be performing rites. The great lion is caught in the middle.
He loves his wife, he wants peace, but the crown on his head is heavy with the blood of ancestors. The question everyone is asking is, was this Christmas getaway a trap set by the elders to finally have an excuse to summon her, or did the jewel truly make a mistake by following her heart instead of the rules? The suspense is reaching breaking point because if she refuses to show up, it's a declaration of war. If she shows up, they might demand rituals that her faith as a jewel will never allow her to do. The atmosphere for the palace right now is like when petrol jam fire. Everything just they explode. After the elders sent that summons to the jewel, everyone thought the great lion would just keep quiet and let the tradition take its course. But lie. Report has it that when the great lion heard that his jewel was being accused or luring him, if that is thing in his heart, the emotion for this matter no be small. Imagine a king who is trying to balance his love for his wife and his duty to his ancestors. Then suddenly the people he trusts are calling his wife a distraction. The suspense reached a new level when the details of that Lagos public appearance finally leaked out. They said it wasn't just a random walk, it was a moment where the great lion and the jewel were seen looking too happy and too close to each other. To the elders, that happiness is a sign that the jewel is gaining too much power over the king's heart. They are claiming that because the forest rituals are pending, any public display of affection is like inviting spiritual spirits to come and scatter the kingdom. But here is where the curiosity starts to build. Why are they targeting her now? Some people are whispering that this is not just about tradition, but about palace politics. They say some unseen hands inside the royal house are using the elders to frustrate her, the jewel, so that she can pack her load and run again. They are reminding her of what happened in Akure last year, how she had to stay far away from the king, even though she brought Prince Steve to see him. Like then, she followed the rules, she took the stress, and she did the cleansing. But now, she's tired of hiding. The intensity of the matter burst when the jewel allegedly retired to the summons. Word on the street is that she is standing her ground. She is saying, I have respected your money, I have stayed away from the cameras, and I have even kept my son's birthday low-key. When is it going to be enough? The tension is too thick, you can cut it with a knife. The elders are saying she's too bold, while her supporters are saying she is just a woman fighting for her marriage. And what about the great lion? Reports say he is extremely careful. He knows that his people are watching his every move. That is why even though they were together at the meeting, but you won't see a single video or photo of them together on his official pages. He is trying to protect her, but the more he protects her, the more the traditionalists get angry. They are saying he is using private cars and secret movements to bypass the gods of the land. The biggest shocker is the Lagos incident that they won't let go of. They say the jewel was supposed to come to the palace for the festive period and stay privately in her designated quarters, but instead she allegedly influenced the king to take her to Lagos. To the elders, this is a taboo of the highest order. They are calling it an undermining of the throne. The curiosity for the audience right now is this: what will happen on the day of the summons? If the jewel goes there, will they ask her to perform sacrifices that go against her belief? Or if she doesn't go, will the great lion be forced to choose between his queen and his crown? This is a battle of love versus law, and the Gaisino's palace is caught in the crossfire. As we speak, the great lion is reportedly under heavy pressure. He has respect for his people, but he also has a heart for the woman who has stood by him through the storms. This Christmas getaway that was supposed to be a time of peace has now turned into the biggest trial of their relationship. I beg, make una remember, see, all these ones are still alleged rumors and unverified information where they fly for social media. For Crown Gist, we don't give you fact until it is confirmed, but we give you the gist as it is dropping. The drama is still unfolding, and you know your favorite blogger know the stammer. I go bring the updates as they drop.